So Joey Merlino and Little Snuff have a podcast called The Skinny, and one of their main themes of their podcast is they hate rats, and rats are the scum of the earth, et cetera, et cetera. I'm sure you've watched the show before and heard them ranting on and on about various rats. Well, Merlino and Snuff have made a mistake on their latest episode with Matthew Bowyer, because Bowyer, a longtime bookmaker in California, began taking bets from Ohtani from the Dodgers interpreter. And to make a long story short, he lost a boatload of money, millions of dollars, and there was some speculation that Ohtani was involved in the betting. I believe he did pay the bets. And Bowyer ended up getting arrested for this and sentenced in August to 12 months and a day in federal prison. But the mistake being is that Bowyer is a rat. Bowyer cooperated against various individuals, offered proffer statements, and various voluntary interviews to reduce his sentence. And the government gave him an 8-level downward departure. He was at level 22. And in the federal system, they do it by points. He had 22 points, and they downgraded him to a 14, which probably saved him substantial prison time. And here are some of the people he ratted out. Now, he ratted out, first and foremost, the interpreter. He cooperated against Ohtani's interpreter. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that Japanese name. But he received, I believe it was 5 years in prison. And he also cooperated against a couple other people. Some of them are not named in the paperwork. But one of them is Damien LaForbes, who was a professional poker player who was running a gambling operation. And as soon as Bowyer was arrested, he began cooperating against LaForbes, including several voluntary interviews and a proffer session, allowing the government to obtain evidence against LaForbes for an indictment. And he is facing 15 years in prison if he hasn't been sentenced already. So basically, Merlino didn't do any checking. This was widely available information. So Merlino probably just didn't do his homework and let a rat slip on his show. And here is some of the paperwork I'll put up. You can screenshot it or read it as you go. Thanks for watching.